We got Mikel Arteta. Congratulations on the victory here today, Mikel.
Thank you.
Do you think you made a statement about getting a victory away from home? There were some question marks about your away form before the game.
Well, we needed that. We've been really consistent at home. It's true that performance-wise, we had some really positive performances, but we didn't get the results. And today we've done, I think, both of them for the majority of the game. I really like what I saw in the first half. Things a lot to improve as well in the second half.
Okay. Brownie?
Do you think that you've got your philosophy at the football club right now? Do you feel like they all understand what you want from us? It took a little bit of time early on in the season. You didn't get those results, but now you seem to be smiling, fourth in the league.
The idea of how we want to implement our style of play, I think they've got it. The execution and the consistency on that idea, it takes a little bit longer to do it, and then it's made it to the players when they are able to do it, and when they're able to do it, you can see that they enjoy it because they all know what is happening next, and I think what is that the team needs.
Woody?
The movement of Martinelli tonight, and especially on the left-hand side, and Saka, was absolutely fantastic. What did you say to them before the game?
We prepared the game thinking what they were going to try to do to stop us use certain spaces, and we tried to do the opposite, obviously. And we chose to pick those players today because I thought that they were the best players to exploit the spaces that we wanted to use.
Did you think it was the right-sided centre-back? We were looking at it for quite a while. Robin Koch going in with Lacazette, going all the way, emptying the space. Martinelli coming inside, full-backs getting round, and the goals come from that and leaving those spaces.
Yes, it's about as well the timing of when you use that space. It's really difficult. You have a player in your back for the whole game. They are really aggressive, really committed. Every time you take the game into a really small areas, condense, the ball is out. And you have to try to use it. And in some periods, we did it really well.
Okay, Mikel, thank you so much for your time. All the best. I've spoken to him a few times recently, and it's been a while since I've seen him smile. I'll be honest, it really has been a while.
It's difficult.
Well, he will be smiling. And you know, he's took so much time out. I went down to the Etihad campus a lot and watched him there. He's still there at night, one of the first in, last to leave. So he's done years and years. His family have not been with him to get to this stage. And literally the detail, and all the players at Manchester City would say he's the one that's been thorough, going through all the detail, the videos, and on the training ground. And then so he understood what he wanted to do with this Arsenal side, but he couldn't actually get them to do it straight away. He had a couple of players who were sort of rebelling against what he wanted to do. He's took that little bit of time, and a full credit to the people upstairs at Arsenal for actually seeing it, believing, and sticking by somebody.
Okay, how do I phrase this? Looking back at your time at Leeds, it was a very young team. Do you think that helped the manager, and in this case Arsenal and their players, when you have young players who are probably more impressionable than a more experienced player who might be, shall we say, set in their ways?
Yeah, I think that's 100% right what you're saying, and young players always want to learn, and if young players are getting results on the pitch, they'll want to keep on learning. If they see development, they'll want to go again. I think with Arteta, he's had some huge decisions to make, by the way. Like Aubameyang being captain, then stripping him from the captaincy is a big decision he's had to make there, and he's made it, and it looks like he's done it for the better of the team, to be honest with you, because they look top draw with the Lacazette dropping deep, and everyone looks like they're going in the right direction. Doesn't look like there's an ego there now. Before it looked like it was about Aubameyang, but now it's about this young, hungry, up-and-coming team.
I still feel like they need a couple more players.
We've been saying this for a while.
No, they do. And you can see this is to carry on with what he wants. He will be looking all the time. He's not just going to sit there and say, I just want to develop this team. That's not Mikel Arteta. He'll be thinking, who is out there I can bring in to keep improving? And so he's got some good signings now. Ben White, we know he's one who was going to progress, who could step in. He understood the role. Maybe was he physical enough to actually go and step in at an Arsenal side when they're under pressure? But now they're getting some results. You can see him relaxing, see him playing through, stepping in. And it just takes time. But yeah, a couple more for me.
What position?
It's so tough, isn't it? I think it's central midfield area. I think you've got to still look at. I think some of the full-back positions look like they're improving, especially at left-back, Tierney. I think at right-back they looked okay today, but you'd still say, where's that going to go? Goalkeeper seems to be in a really good place. So, listen, you can look all the time. That's what they'll be doing. They'll try to be recruiting some better players. But I think it's just for now to enjoy going into Christmas, going into the New Year, sat in that position, because I think there's a lot of Arsenal sort of supporters who'd wrote them off.
It'll be eating their own words, by the way. It'll be eating their own words, because Mikel Arteta has been under some pressure all season. From the start of the season, from coming in from the back end of last season, into this, he's been under severe pressure. But like I say, Arsenal have stuck by him. They've stayed with that model. And now look at the team.
Yeah.
Now look at the team.
And of course, he's a former Arsenal captain. Let's not forget that. And it seems that he's not afraid to pull out some dark arts practices. I mean, there was that famous clip of the last game where he shoved Martinelli back on to the pitch to buy some time. Today, he was remonstrating with the referee for every decision. I'm sure you noticed
Well, you're
it.
seeing him running down. He was running down. He was playing. He was showing some sort of. I don't know. The fans will like that, won't they? That he's sort of playing the game while he's on the side. But you talk about dark arts when you played against Mikel Arteta. He didn't just play nice football. He's got a dark art as well.
Does he?
He had one in the middle of the park, so he knows exactly what he means and what he needs from his players. He wants that nastiness. He wants that. I think it's out of possession. That determination needs to improve. I think he's one of those coaches on build-up, how they develop, how they come out of the areas. I think he's really good at that, and that's hard to do. A lot of managers can go in and say, well, we can get a block, we can defend, and then we can see how we go from that. But it's the other way around, like Pep Guardiola.
It's easier to destroy, then it's hard to create. But you can see the way they build through Ramsdale. He's key to it, I think. And with the two, Gabriel, Ben White, Tommy Yasu on one side, Tierney, they've got that real understanding now of how they want to build. Partey coming short, and then they can play Odegaard drifting into little spaces. And you could see that today, watching them build from the back. They were really good to watch.